Hi everyone, this is Smriti. Welcome to QA automation classes. In last class, we have seen creating a Git repository and adding the changes to Git to the staging area and then committing the changes. So, but today we'll understand what are exactly this concept, like why there is a staging area, what is the utilization of the staging area, why we add files to the staging area, right? And what exactly is a commit, okay? And after that, I'll show you what exactly is a head. Yesterday we did some commit, right? You could have seen that master and head both are pointing to the first commit. So master, we know it is a branch, right? So what is head, right? So we need to understand these concepts. So today we'll be deep dive into those concepts, fundamentals, and then we'll go ahead with the further sessions on the Git. Okay, so let's start. So if you see, there are three things in the Git. So first thing is like you work on your local, right? So there is a your working copy or the local. Okay, so local or working copy. This is nothing but the code that you have in your local. In IntelliJ, if you see whatever the code I have, these are all the branch is master, but it is all in my local, right? I don't have yet a remote repository. So whatever the changes or whatever the code is in the local, so that is my working copy on which I am working right now. Okay, and then next is stage area. Okay, so after this we have a staging area. Okay, and then we have the version control. Okay, so uh, in local or working copy, we do all our changes. After every changes is done, we add them to the staging area, right? So you created a file. So if you see the example here, we have created this main is automatically created. We have added something. It was not added to the Git. If you would remember in the last session, it was showing all in the red, right? Why it was showing in the red? Because it was not added to the Git. So what we did, we right click on it, we said git, and then we said add, right? So when you say add, it goes and get added to the staging area. Okay, and staging area is a area, okay, where it's kind of there for the review, right? Suppose you are doing some changes and you are satisfied with your changes. Okay, you say, okay, I'm pushing this into the staging area, and then when I do the commit, the changes will be committed into the git. So the staging area is kind of a area where you do the review of your code, right? So suppose I made some changes and I didn't like it in the future, I'll say, okay, so though I have added to the staging area, let me unstage those changes. So I can unstage from there also. Okay. So that's how, if you can see the staging area as a area where we do the review. Okay. So it is for the reviewing of your code. Okay. And after the staging area, you are satisfied. Okay. Everything, whatever I push to staging area is good. Then I will do a commit. Okay. So when you do a commit, what happens? So when you do the commit, a commit id, like each commit will have a specific commit id. Okay, a commit id, and commit id will be a, it's a hexadecimal number. Okay, hexadecimal number, hexadecimal number, and it will be usually 40 characters long. Okay, 40 character string. And this commit, right, it will have few information like who's the author, right? The author who's committing these changes, it will have the date and timestamp, with the like on which date and at what time it is getting committed, and the information, right? And the commit is nothing but it will have the complete snapshot of the code. It will never contain the delta, right? So whatever the complete code base you have, right, in the staging area, when you do the commit, the complete information will be there in the git. So git will maintain all those things. It will have a commit id, and then as I told, it will have a date and time as well as the user information, right, as well as the complete snapshot of the things that is going. Okay, so I can mention id, so time, I can say timestamp. Okay, and user info, right? We also store, git also stores the user info, right, as well as the entire code base. entire code base, not the delta. Okay, that is the most important thing. So in latter point of time, if you want to switch to a particular commit, when you check out that commit, you will get the all the code, not the deltas. Okay, that is the important thing. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. So local or the working copy is the local environment on which we work. After our work is done, we make those files add to the staging area. Okay, and in the staging area we review our code and then we say, okay, everything looks good, let's commit it. Okay, if everything doesn't look good, we can unstage those files also. Okay, and if everything looks good, through a commit we persist those changes. How, what exactly it does? It generates a commit ID for each of the commit, which is a hexadecimal number of 40 character, and there is a timestamp associated with it, user info, and the entire code base will be there. Okay, so these are the things which we need to understand before going further. So last class we have seen, right, we have created the file, the main file was there, right? Let's go to the IntelliJ. If you see, we had this main class, and here this was the first statement. And if you see, this is what we committed also, right? First we added, right click and we say git and add. So it is already added. So if you see, it is showing as add is grayed out now, right? We cannot add it again, it is already there in the staging area. And then after it is added to staging area, we also went and said git and commit. Okay, and if you see, first master commit, it was already committed. Okay, so that's how you can see the commit information here. I can show you. See, this is the commit, and head and master both are pointing to the first commit. So what is head and what is the master? Master is the branch, default branch that got created when we change this project to a git project, right? And similarly, if you want to know what is this head, right? So this head is nothing but a pointer. You can imagine head is being a pointer. Initially, since there is only one branch, master, and we did a first commit, the head and master both are pointing to the same commit, right? So master you can consider is the main line of the work, right? And head is the reference to the current branch. So current branch is the master branch and head is pointing there, right? So if you see here, you can see the name of the user, right? And what is the time also when it was last committed, everything will be shown, right? So this is nothing but the head branch, right? And if you want to see the details, here we can see, right? Go to the master branch, first commit. Okay, so here you see main.java. Double click it, you can see. So this is the first commit, so it shows the only one commit, last commit only, right? So when we have the multiple commit, we can see the difference between them also. Okay, and yeah, that's all to this session. And next session we'll see how to do the further commit and how to push this into the remote repository. Okay, so if you guys like the content, please do subscribe to my channel. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.